Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with a question that I believe every single one of us must answer if we want to experience greatness. What do you do when life gets hard? Do you fold? Do you break? Or do you keep going? Because I need you to understand something right now. Every blessing you are praying for, every breakthrough you are hoping for, every success you are dreaming about is hiding on the other side of the difficulty you are facing right now. So if you quit, you don't just give up on the pain, you give up on the promise. And I don't know about you, but I refuse to let temporary struggle rob me of eternal reward. Somebody say, never quit. Imagine standing at the very edge of your breakthrough, just one step away from everything you've been praying for, working for, and dreaming about. And in that moment, the temptation to quit whispers the loudest. That's the cruel irony of life. The closer you are to victory, the stronger the voice of defeat tries to pull you back. Quitting convinces you it's the easy way out, but what it never tells you is the true cost. Because when you quit, you don't just walk away from the pain of the present, you walk away from the promise of your future. And that is a trade no wise person should ever make. The temptation to quit is not an invitation to peace. It's a setup to rob you of your destiny. Think about it like this. Quitting is not neutral. We like to fool ourselves into thinking, if I stop now, at least I won't be suffering anymore. But quitting doesn't erase the mountain. It just plants you at the bottom of it. It doesn't erase the debt, the struggle, or the challenge. It freezes you right where you are. And here's the dangerous part. When you quit once, it becomes easier to quit again. Quitting becomes a habit, and before you know it, you have trained your mind and spirit to surrender every time things get tough. That cycle is the silent killer of dreams. How many businesses never opened because someone quit too early? How many marriages ended not because love was gone, but because someone decided they couldn't endure one more storm? How many lives lived in mediocrity simply because someone chose comfort over commitment? The truth is, quitting doesn't solve problems. It multiplies regret. Ask anyone who walked away from a calling, who abandoned a vision, who gave up on a dream. They don't look back with relief. They look back with longing. They wonder, what would my life look like if I had just held on a little longer? And that's the question you do not want haunting you. You don't want to spend the rest of your days living with the weight of what could have been. Because regret is far heavier than resistance. The pain of perseverance may bruise you, but the pain of regret will break you. Now let me give you a hook that can anchor you when you feel like giving up your future self is begging you not to quit today. Picture the version of you 5 years from now, the one who pressed through, the one who stayed consistent, the one who refused to throw in the towel. That person is standing tall, walking in abundance, fulfilling their purpose, and they are looking back at you right now, saying, please don't give up. If you knew what I know, you'd fight harder. If you could see what I see, you'd keep going. Don't quit because I'm worth it. That future version of you exists, but whether you ever meet them depends on the choices you make today. Every time you feel the urge to quit, remind yourself that you are not just fighting for yourself. You are fighting for the generations after you. When you quit, you don't just walk away from your own destiny. You rob your children, your community, your legacy of the strength, the wealth, the impact that was supposed to come through you. This is bigger than your comfort. This is about your calling. Somebody needs the gift you're carrying. Somebody is waiting for the light you're supposed to shine. And if you quit, their life stays darker. That's why quitting is not an option for you. So the next time life gets heavy, when the pressure feels unbearable, when your emotions scream for you to quit, pause and ask yourself, am I willing to throw away my future just to feel comfortable right now? Am I willing to exchange eternal reward for temporary relief? And if the answer is no, then get back up, take one more step, and keep pressing forward. Because you may be tired, you may be hurting, you may be questioning, but you are closer than you think. Quitting cancels your future, but perseverance protects your promise. The choice is yours, and today I urge you, don't quit. Pain has a way of convincing us that it will last forever, that the moment of struggle we are living through is permanent. But the truth is, pain is temporary. It may feel heavy, it may feel unbearable, but it will not last. Seasons change, storms pass, and wounds heal. Yet purpose is eternal. Purpose is the reason you were created, the calling placed inside of you before you ever took your first breath. And while pain may try to distract you, delay you, and discourage you, it cannot erase your purpose. That's why when life gets hard, you must remember that pain is not your identity, it is just your current experience. But purpose is who you are, and that will never expire. Think about this, every champion has scars. Every success story has a chapter of pain. No one who has achieved greatness has done so without enduring seasons that tested their resolve. The pain you're in right now may feel like it is crushing you, but what it's actually doing is shaping you. Pain is the refiner's fire that burns away weakness, fear, and doubt, leaving behind only the strength necessary to carry your purpose. And here's the beautiful paradox. The very thing that feels like it's breaking you is often the thing that builds you. If you run from the pain, you run from the preparation. And if you run from the preparation, you will never be ready to fulfill your purpose. A powerful hook to remember is this: pain is a visitor, but purpose is a permanent resident. Pain shows up for a moment, knocks on your door, and tries to overstay its welcome, but it has no right to live in your house forever. Purpose, on the other hand, was there before the pain arrived and will be there long after it leaves. So why would you let a temporary visitor dictate how you live in a house that belongs to destiny? Stop giving pain permanent authority in a life designed for eternal impact. We have been conditioned to see pain as punishment, but more often than not, pain is positioning. The very setback you are going through may be the setup for your breakthrough. The delay may be the protection that keeps you from stepping into something before you're ready. The tears you've cried may be watering the soil of the future harvest you will one day reap. Pain is not an enemy, pain is an instrument. It is the chisel in the hand of the Creator, carving out the strength, character, and resilience you will need to walk boldly into your purpose. And when you see pain as an instrument, you stop running from it and start learning through it. Let me ask you a question. What story will you tell years from now? Will you tell the story of someone who let pain dictate their destiny? Or will you tell the story of someone who used their pain as a platform to fulfill their purpose? Every moment of struggle right now is writing a testimony that someone else will one day need to hear. Your survival today will be the hope that fuels someone else's tomorrow. That's why you can't quit. That's why you can't bow to the weight of pain, because your purpose isn't just about you. It's about the people who will find light through your perseverance. So here's the hook that should echo in your heart every time you feel overwhelmed and pain ends. But purpose doesn't. The test will pass, but the calling remains. And the only question is, will you endure long enough to step into the eternal assignment that has been designed for you. Every moment of pain is a reminder that you are still in the game, that you still have a future worth fighting for. And when you anchor yourself in the eternal reality of your purpose, pain loses its power. It no longer defines you, it refines you. And the person who emerges on the other side will be unshakable, unstoppable, and undeniably equipped to walk in everything you were created to do. Pressure has a way of making us feel like we're being crushed, like life is closing in on every side, leaving us with no room to breathe. But here's the paradox that most people miss. Pressure is not there to destroy you, it is there to develop you. The very thing you think is breaking you is often the thing that's building you. Diamonds do not form in comfort. They form under extreme pressure. Muscles don't grow when they're resting. They grow when they've been stretched and strained to their limit. And champions aren't born in easy seasons. They are forged in the fire of trials that test every fiber of their being. Pressure produces power, and the stronger the pressure, the greater the potential it is pulling out of you. The reality is that most people run from pressure because it feels uncomfortable. The mind whispers, "This is too much. You're not strong enough. You don't have what it takes." But those thoughts are lies designed to keep you from discovering just how much strength, endurance, and resilience you truly carry. Pressure doesn't show up in your life to reveal your weakness. It shows up to reveal your strength. It uncovers the hidden capacity inside of you that you would have never known existed without being pressed to your limit. Without pressure, potential stays locked up. With pressure, potential gets released. Think about this as a hook. Pressure is not punishment, it is promotion in disguise. The moment you begin to feel life pressing in on you, that's the sign that something greater is being produced. Just like an olive must be crushed to release the oil, sometimes you must be pressed to release the greatness inside of you, the oil of your gift, the brilliance of your purpose, the strength of your character. None of it is released in comfort. It is released in the press. That's why instead of running from pressure, you must learn to embrace it. Because every ounce of pressure you endure today is pushing you closer to the promise you've been waiting for. Pressure also builds discipline. When the weight gets heavy and quitting feels like the easy option, pressure teaches you the art of persistence. It trains you to keep moving when your body is tired, when your mind is screaming for relief, when every external sign tells you to stop. And the one who learns persistence under pressure is the one who rises to the top when the storm is over. Because storms don't last forever, but the strength you build in the middle of the storm will stay with you for a lifetime. That strength becomes the foundation upon which your future success is built. Here's another hook worth remembering. Pressure creates separation. It separates those who want success from those who are willing to pay the price for it. Anyone can smile when life is easy. Anyone can stay consistent when the road is smooth. But only those who endure under pressure can truly rise to greatness. That's why when you feel pressed on every side, you must remind yourself that you are being distinguished, set apart, elevated to a higher level. The pressure you feel right now is not proof that you're failing. It's proof that you're chosen for something bigger. The truth is, you will never know the full measure of your strength until pressure forces you to find it. And when you come through, you don't just walk away stronger, you walk away transformed. Pressure will stretch your capacity, expand your vision, and sharpen your faith in ways comfort never could. You will look back one day and realize that the moments you thought were breaking you were actually birthing the very power you needed to carry your purpose forward. So the next time pressure surrounds you, don't ask, why me? Ask instead, what is this producing in me? Because pressure always leaves a deposit. It leaves behind endurance, wisdom, resilience, and strength. And those are the exact ingredients required to turn ordinary people into extraordinary leaders, visionaries, and champions. Pressure is not the end of you. It is the beginning of the best version of you. And when you embrace it, pressure will not crush you. It will crown you. Storms are one of life's most unavoidable realities. They come without warning, shaking your foundation, rattling your confidence, and testing your endurance. But here's what most people forget in the middle of the chaos: storms don't last forever. No matter how dark the clouds, no matter how heavy the rain, no matter how fierce the wind, every storm has an expiration date. The problem is not the storm itself. It's whether or not you can outlast it. Winners are not the people who never face storms. Winners are the ones who keep standing when the storm runs out of power. When the storm hits, quitting feels tempting. The mind says, this is too much, you can't take it anymore, just give up. And that lie has destroyed more dreams than failure ever has. Because storms are not designed to destroy you. They are designed to strengthen you. They strip away the illusions, expose the weak foundations, and force you to dig deeper roots. Just like a tree that stands taller after weathering fierce winds, you grow stronger every time you endure. The storm doesn't show up to announce your defeat. It shows up to introduce you to your strength. Here's the hook you must remember: storms don't shape losers. They reveal winners. Anyone can smile when the sun is shining. Anyone can stay calm when the skies are clear. But character is proven in the storm. Faith is proven in the storm. Resilience is proven in the storm. And those who refuse to quit in the storm are the ones who inherit the sunshine on the other side. Think about it. Every storm eventually runs out of rain. Every season of chaos eventually gives way to calm. But many people never experience the calm because they gave up in the storm. They walked away before the clouds broke, before the sun returned, before the blessing appeared. Winners know that the storm is temporary, but their purpose is eternal. That perspective allows them to hold steady even when everything around them is shaking. The difference between those who quit and those who win is not talent, resources, or opportunity. It's endurance. Winners simply refuse to stop moving, even if all they can do is take one small step forward. Storms also serve a purpose. They wash away what doesn't belong. They shift you from where you are to where you need to be, and they prepare the atmosphere for new growth. In nature, the most fertile soil often comes after heavy storms because the ground has been broken and nourished. The same is true in your life. The very storm you hate may be preparing the soil of your future success. That's why you can't let fear trick you into quitting. The storm is not the end, it is a transition. It's moving you from who you are into who you were created to be. Another hook to hold on to is this: storms test your roots, not your branches. Branches may break, leaves may scatter, but if your roots are deep enough, you will still stand. Quitting in the storm is like uprooting yourself right before the rain stops. You miss the growth that only storms can produce. Endurance, discipline, perspective. These are qualities forged only in the storm. They cannot be learned in easy times, only in seasons where you are pressed, shaken, and stretched beyond what feels possible. So when life hits you with its fiercest winds, when you feel like the rain will never stop, remind yourself this storm has a time limit, but your calling does not. If you can outlast the rain, if you can keep walking while others are standing still, if you can hold on to your faith, when others let go, you will step into a future that was designed for those who refuse to quit. Winners outlast the storm because they understand the storm is not permanent, but the strength it produces will remain forever. And if you endure, you won't just survive the storm. You'll emerge stronger, wiser, and ready to step into the sunshine of your destiny. So here's the charge I leave with you today: never quit. Never quit on your dreams. Never quit on your calling. Never quit on your family. Never quit on your God-given purpose. You are stronger than the obstacle in front of you because the one who created you already designed you for victory. The test you're facing is not meant to break you. It's meant to shape you into the person who can handle the blessing that's coming. So lift your head, dry your tears, square your shoulders, and keep going. Because your victory is not someday out there. Your victory is one more step beyond where you feel like quitting. And if you never quit, you will never lose.